Um,
Okay, it's the 26th of April. This is Rabbi Furst. We're doing counting the Omer.
right. I guess we'll start over here. Let's review that. We're going through a series of questions that some you should ask, some you shouldn't ask. And it says over here, you see where it says the red dot is. Don't have a question for you to say.
Okay. And
Can you see that clearly, Roy?
yes. All right.
Could we start a little bit earlier, please, Rabbi?
Sure. Sure. Where would you like to start?
I remember I was a little bit confused about the transition between the previous paragraph. Can we go back to the previous paragraph, which would be
Starting with Lake Cain because of this?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. Would you like to read?
Oh, sorry. What number is it in Sefer Chinuch?
This is in Shin Vav, if I'm not mistaken. Mitzvah Shin Vav. That would be 306, if I'm not mistaken.
306. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so Mipnei Cain, because of this, Ki he chol ikran shel Yisrael. It is essential for Israel.
Well, maybe the whole essence of Klal Yisrael.
The essence of Klal Yisrael. Uva ovara, uba avura, nig alu. For the sake of its being redeemed, va'alu l'chol hagidolah, and to go up for all of its greatness, shalu aleha, that's given to it. Nitzto inu limnos. We are commanded to count macharas Yom Tov, from after the Yom Tov shel Pesach, of Pesach, ad Yom Nesinas HaTorah, until the day of the giving of the Torah. Lahar os benafshanu ha chefetz hagadol, to indicate for ourselves our great desire, al hayom hanichvad, for the honorable day, ha nichsaf lavenu, that is entrenched in our hearts. Ke'avar yish af tzal, that, what is ke'avar? I'm sorry, ke'avad. Ke'avad, that it yearns for shade. Ke'avad.
Like an avid. Like a slave that yearns for shade. I mean, just think he's out there working in the hot sun in the fields all day. And you just get himself a few minutes rest in the shade, you'll feel great.
Right. Okay. So we are yearning for the day of receiving the Torah like a slave yearns for shade. V'yamina tamid, Matai Yavo ha'et. And we count continuously the time of the coming of the event. Ha nichsaf alav. That is entrusted upon us. Sheyitz lechiros, sheyatza lechiros, that we went out from slavery.
I just want to, Roy, do you have an English copy of the chinuch there?
Yes, it's the same thing here. Says,
Yeah. How does it read in? I just want this word niksaf is bothering me. I'm not a nikbar a niksaf and a ace a niksaf.
and constantly counts and reckons, for his longed for time will come when he will go out to freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Does that help you, or we'll go back further?
So long for.
Yeah, niksaf is like you long for or yearned for, long for.
I can probably hear you better with this. Okay, did I give you what you wanted? I don't know.
Yeah, very
You
good.
did. You did
All right.
indeed, Roy. You're a supplier of my needs.
Thank you. Very good, Roy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Ki haminyan mar'eh, because this count indicates le adam for a man, ki chol yish o v'chol chavtzo, that all of his desires and his aspirations lehagia, to be redeemed, el hazman hahu, on this at this time. Vizahu she'eno monin la'omar, and this, that we don't count. Monin is to count.
Right.
This, that we don't count, lomar, to say. I'm not following this sentence. Zehu she'eno monin la'omar. What is that sentence?
But this is he's telling us this is the reason why we're not counting in the following way. Meaning,
okay. For this reason, we don't count by saying klomar kach v'kach. That is to say, this and this day, yamim, these and these days, avru min ha minyan hamanin, have passed.
right,
we don't say thus and such days have passed.
Right. Since we're looking forward to a certain event, right, we're not counting how many days have passed. We're counting how many days to, rather than how many days from.
Right. Ve'ein anu monin kach v'chach yamim yesh lanu lizman, and we don't count this many days are until the time. We don't count down. We don't count up. We don't count down. Ki chol zeh mar'eh banu haritzon hachazak lehagia el hazman. because all of this shows that we desire strongly to be redeemed at that time.
Well, actually, lahagia el azman, to reach that time.
To reach. Okay, so all of this shows that we are desiring to reach. We are strongly desiring to reach that time.
Right. So I'm trying to figure out how he's explaining this. Roy, maybe you want to read those couple of lines in your edition so we see how they explain it.
This is, I'm reading from the beginning from, this is why we count from the Omer, that is, so many days have passed out of the total, and we do not count, quote, so many days remain for us to that time, unquote, because all this shows the mighty desire in us to reach that time. For this reason, we do not wish to mention at the beginning of our reckonings the great number of days that remain for us to reach the offering of the 2 loaves on Shavuos.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there was a negative in there that I think I missed. We don't count the days that have passed.
Right.
We do count the days to come.
Right. It says again, Kia Minyan Mara, it says Kia Minyan Mara La'adam, the counting indicates to the person, Ki Kol Yasu is all of his activities, in all his desire is Lagia El Azmanahu, to reach that time. Meaning the counting is supposed to indicate to us how much desire we have to reach that time.
So therefore,
and this is that we are counting toward to the Omer, Kalomer. Over miniminian. So many days have already passed from the time. Meaning we know that there's 50 days. So now we're saying today is the 11th day, for example. So that means 11 days of the time is to our goal. 11 days of the time to our goal have passed. And we don't count how many days have to occur to get to this man. We're counting how many days have passed from the time we have to wait. That's our counting. Our counting is we're counting how many days have passed from our waiting time. Right. That's clear.
I'm confused. I thought what Royce said was the opposite.
I'm not too sure what the translation is like here.
I thought I heard you, Roy. I thought I heard you say that we don't count up, we count down.
Yeah, I said here, this is why we count from the Omer, that is, so many days have passed out of the total. And we do not count so many days remain for us to that time.
Oh, okay. That I was confused then. You are saying we count up, not down. Okay.
Passed out of the total. So all this shows them. Yeah, okay.
Okay, good.
Okay, so v'od v'alchein lo nirtzeh lahazkir b'techilas cheshbonenu. So therefore, we don't want to mention initially the calculation
Riboy hayamim.
of the amount of days sheyesh lano, that there are for us lahagia, to reach likarban, the sacrifice, shtei helcham,
Halechem, stay halechem shalatzeres. That's the korban, the stay halechem, which is brought on Shavuos.
oh, the two breads, shtei halechem shall atram is Shavuos.
Atzeres is, that's another name for Shavuos.
Oh, atzeres, the completion. Okay.
Right. Because it's the 7 from Pesach to Atzeres to Shavuos is the 7 weeks. So that is an Atzeres, that's a completion of the 7-week period.
Right. Okay, so now to summarize what we just read, what we're saying is that Shavuos is very dear to us, and therefore we want to count towards Shavuos, and so we don't count down, we count up. We count up so that it's clear that we're connecting Pesach to Shavuos with the goal that we're going to reach Shavuos.
Right.
Is that accurate?
The way he puts it is that we're making a count of how many days have passed in our waiting time. In the fifth, we have, meaning from Pesach to Shavuos, we have to wait 50 days. So we're counting the number of days that have passed out of the time we have to wait.
It occurs to me that by doing that, we are embracing Shavuos from Pesach, rather than pushing Pesach away from Shavuos if we did it the other way.
Yeah, it's a connection between the two, and we're constantly making mention of the fact that we're getting closer and closer. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so now the reason I wanted to read that is because this next paragraph starts out Va'al yikasheh alecha lomar im kain. So it's not a difficulty for us to say if so.
I think it's different. Lo yiksha alecha aloma. Don't be bothered, or don't have it difficult for yourself to say the following.
Right. So that is, it seems to me that's connecting the previous paragraph to this paragraph.
Well, the next word's im kain. Yeah, the im kain is what's going to connect the connection. Correct.
If so means if so that we count up towards Shavuos because it's very dear to us. That should not cause us to have the following difficulty.
Right.
Okay. Achar she avru rov hayamim. After that, we have after that the majority of the days have passed. Shall sheba'a shebo'os elu, that we're coming to this what's shebo'os?
The 7 weeks, meaning once you've passed the midpoint. Yeah, once you've passed the midpoint of the 7 weeks,
Right,
Meaning,
right.
don't,
Once
meaning
you-
this
once
is
you-
the question, you're not supposed to have this question. He's gonna explain why.
Right, so the question would be, once we've passed the midpoint of the 7 weeks, Lama lo nazkir me os hayamim. Why don't we mention, what is this, os? The reduction?
Yeah, meaning why don't, why don't we, in the middle of the count, why don't we begin counting the decreasing amount of days, right? The decreasing amount of days that still remain. Since now we've passed, we've passed the midpoint. So now, instead of days increasing, the days will be decreasing.
The smaller number.
Right, and then so the number is going to be going down. So that should indicate in a certain way the amount of time until the day we're setting our hopes on. So now,
Okay, I think I get it. I think what it's, to expand the question is, given that we've just established that the whole point of this counting is because Shavuos is so dear to us, and we want to emphasize that it's approaching, then maybe once we reach the midpoint, we should start counting down toward Shavuos to emphasize that Shavuos is coming. It's only 20 days away. It's only 15 days away.
right,
So that's the question. Why shouldn't we do that?
good, that's right.
Okay, I see. So that's the link. Okay, thank you. That's very helpful.
Okay, very good.
Lefi she'ein lishnos mitava
Matbea.
matbea
Matbea is a cheshbon
hacheshbon
be'emtza'o.
be'emtza'u. So
In the middle.
because we don't change the format of the calculation in the middle.
Right. Meaning, really, in theory, it's a very good idea. It really would make a lot of sense to do that. But since we have an overriding principle that once you start doing something in a certain way, you don't now reverse it, or you don't change it in the midst of what you've been doing.
Okay, so that's the end of the first question.
Right.
Okay, so now we have a second question. The im tish'al, and if you would ask im kain, if so, lama anu mitachilin oso, why do we begin it mi macharas hashabbos, from the day after Pesach?
Right. Meaning, again, this is a question based on his previous answer. The previous answer was based on the fact that you don't start changing the format in the middle of the process. Okay.
Right.
So that leads up to the question then. Well, then why don't we just start from the middle? Why do we have to go start from the time of Pesach? Let's start from when the time is getting at the midpoint. Say if it's 49 days, let's start our count at the 24th or 25th day. Why do I have to start 40 days, 49 or 50 days before? Start 25 days before, and then you can start off the right way, and you don't have to change anything. So why is it so important to start from the time of Pesach?
Okay, so it's saying, don't, if you might ask, why do we begin the day after Pesach and not Yemos Miyom Rishon and not on the actual Pesach?
Right.
He's Shuva. What is his Shuva?
The tshuva is the answer. That's tshuva. The
answer is Ki Hayom Harishon Nis Yachad. Because the first day, in other words, Pesach, is designated, Kulo, all of it, Lahaz Keres, for the mention of Hanes Hagadol, the great miracle, Vahu Yitzias Mitzrayim, and that is the Exodus from Egypt. Shahu Os Umofas, that it's a sign and a wonder, B'chidush Haolam, of the creation of the world. Uve Hashgachas Hashem, and the intervention of Hashem al b'nei ha'adam, upon people, upon everybody. Ve'ein lanu li'avar bish machaso b'simchaso, and it's not for us to mix with the happiness ula hazkir imo, and to mention with it shum, anything inyan acher, that's a different subject. We don't interfere with we don't mix with a simcha and talk about something else.
Good, that's right.
But al kain, therefore, nis kan, we establish ha cheshbon, the calculation miyom sheni miyad, from the second day immediately.
Right.
So I don't get what you said about counting in the middle. It sounds to me like this is discussing when we start the count.
Yeah,
That it's either the first day or the second day.
Right. He's explaining why we don't count from the beginning of the first day. That's right. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So so the reason this second question is im kain from the previous paragraph is because one of the points of the previous paragraph is that we want to connect Pesach to Shavuos, and that's a partial reason for why we count up, because we're emphasizing from Pesach, 1 day from Pesach, 2 days from Pesach. So this question it says, therefore, since that's the point, we're emphasizing from Pesach, why don't we start on Pesach? Correct?
That's right. Correct. That's right.
Okay. All right. That answer, that really helps. Ve'ein lomar hayom kach v'kach yamim liyom shnei shel
Sheni shel Pesach.
Sheni shel Pesach. And we don't say the day is such and such day from the day of from the second day from Pesach. We don't say that.
Correct.
Shelo yehi cheshbon roy lomar liyom sheni, because it is not a proper calculation to say from the second day. Al Cain, and therefore, huskan limnos hamanin. What is this? Huskan?
It was established.
Established. Therefore, we established the count the count of the count. These, what is this? Limnos hamanin. We're counting the count.
So what's this question here? Balkein hutchan limnos haminim mimashe nasabo. We meaning it's we don't make mention of in our count that it's the so many days that were from the second day of Pesach, right? It's not proper to use the counting in reference to the second day of Pesach. Alkein hutkan limnos mimashem nasabo. Therefore, we make a counting based on what happened on that day. What happened on the second day of Pesach? Who Korban Omer? That was the Korban Omer.
Oh, I see. Rather than saying we start on the second day, we say we start on the Omer, counting of the Omer. That's why we call it the counting of the Omer. But it does say Mimacharas Shabbos which is the second day.
Yeah, but Mimacharas Shabbat can also mean Pesach, I think.
Well, that's exactly what it means. Marachas Shabbos doesn't Shabbos here in Marachas doesn't mean the day after Shabbos. It means the day after Pesach.
Right, but isn't that the second day?
It is the second day, but we don't mention that in our counting. We mention the fact that the Omer was brought that day, not that it was the second day.
I see.
That's what it means. That who can limnos haminim mamash nasabo. We therefore established the counting of the tally based on what happened on that day. Who Korban Omer, which was the Korban Omer.
Right. Shehu karban nich bad shabo zecher, that it is a sacrifice. What is this nichbad?
Nichbad is something which is exalted.
Okay, so this is an exalted sacrifice that comes at this time. She'eno meaning that we don't believe. We don't have faith.
She'anu that we are, not anu, but anu are we.
Anu, that we have faith. Ki Hashem Baruch Hu, in Hashem, blessed is He. Sefer HaChinuch, that the Sefer HaChinuch, that book, Parshas Emor, in Parshas Emor, mitzvah Su, this mitzvah,
Shin Vav, that's mitzvah Shin, that's
oh,
mitzvah Shin.
mitzvah Shin Vav. So what is this last reference?
Now, I guess this is a continuation. Yeah, it's a continuation of it. Actually, I'll tell you what, we should probably, yeah. Actually, is this, I'm just wondering, this is maybe, I think this might have been repeated. Maybe that's based Ad Khan. Okay, I'll tell you, I see that the meeting is going to end abruptly because I only had a 40-minute limit. Okay, so let's make a break for now. Okay, and then Lou, we'll join up back with your hosting the next. Okay.
Thank you.
Roy,
Everybody log
have a
out
good afternoon.
and log back in under my,
Right. Have a good afternoon. All
Thank
right,
you.
we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll log back into Lou in a few minutes.
All right. Then.
okay,
Very
thank
good.
you.
Very
Okay.
well.
Uh,
Did you want to say something, Roy?
if I'm not at Rabbi Levitt's, give my apologies. I'll try and come in. I've got these people coming.
Yeah,
don't
I'll
know
tell
where-
them about your air conditioner problem.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
Hatzlacha Rabbah.
Huh. Thank you.